Hello viewers, welcome to Core for Any. If you hear new, hit subscribe buttons and notification bell so you can never miss any our incredible content. Text app backends and as well as app API inside today we need to create here the user app, driver app API. Need to create here the car document list API we need to prepare. First of all, we need here the create one API copy. First of all the app dot post maybe need to copy API and to paste this years also need to change this here user tab as a driver need to pass this years after need to change this here the API name to remove here the admins because this is the app related, that's why I need to remove here. And now we need to create here some modifications needs. First of all we need to get here the objects, find here helper.dlogs with this response because we need to identify which parameters we need to get this years. That's why I need to request dot body we need to print this years as well as need to save inside the request object this value request dot body inside we need to save this all data. And now need to verify the required parameters. We need to check this here helper dot check edit parameter. And to call these methods, first of all we need to pass here the response, then after we need to give this here the response object and we need to check required key. We need to check this here like this. We need to needs here the user car ID because we need to specific cars ID documents need to get this here, that's why I need to like this false. And we need to set this here. First of all we need to set this value here and first of all we need to needs here one query copy cut this years and to paste this years and to write down here the query as a selection query. Forget. Now fix this years, format this text and into first of all the one our database tables need to needs here the service tables need to copy, go inside the SQL query and to write down here the select query, copy here and to paste this here the service names. So need to typo here where need to fix first. Now we need to create here the another needed value. We need to set this here. First of all also need to define here the selected service. It's gone. Check tables. The tables. Just service this value here. Also need to set this here and to give this here the select ID else then to get this value like this needs here form user details tables need here and to give this here the user ID pass this here the u object user ID again like this sets here If you get here the errors, you need to return to throw these errors. Now need to get here the results. If you not get any results, need to return here the response else invalids users. And this message here. Now we need to check another checkings for the here's if result is 0 but selected service ID not equal to blank, and let it set else. Also need to set here the false response returns here, and to set this here the false, please select service. Like this returns because user are not selecting this service. That's why I need to gets here not any gets in documents data. That's why I need to select the service. Like this response need to return here, and now need to check against another conditions. Need to create here the joins query. Need to develop here. Also need to write down the query. I need to select query. Write down. First of all, need to create this query inside the database. After need to copy and paste. Now first of all, need to need here the zone wise document tables. Need to need these here zone wise documents. Add down here the select query, select here, and to set this here, first of all need to give this here tables alias names as copy this here, paste this here like this sets. So need to give this here the service ID need here the non its Jones ID. Now personal documents as well as car documents as well as needs here the service name. No read these required documents requires here. Also remove the other fields. Now need to write down here the inner joins. Like this adds here and to join with the user detail tables. Detail like this sets here. Alias we need to give this here the UD, and to give this here the on events need to write down here the UD dot zone ID and dot zone ID. Like this sets here these methods. Now another inner joins need to set this here, and to write down here the service detail tables need to need here for the service informations related to this query. Give this here the short names as a SD, and all methods need to write down here the SD dot service ID is equal to the WD service ID and conditions here SD status not equal to. Another methods need to call this here, not equal to like this set years, maybe in tables on voice to one third square not be active, then only display, otherwise not display for the user apps. This sets here the conditions. Now need to write down here the where conditions, as well as need to pass here the required. This here the state service name, this here state, also need to select state color. Like this details need to needs. Now need to check first of all the ID, need to cut here and to join these tables here. The ID is equal to need this here the question mark, need to pass this years, as well as need to conditions, need to set this years of conditions. Service ID in query, we need to write down years this value and to reach conditions not. Now need to cut here this query and to this here query as a to set this years. And here so past here the result, past here the selected service ID, need to pass this here value joins and past here ID parameters new object dot user ID past here is, and we need to return here errors and so need to get this years. Now need to copy this here the error throw. If you get any errors, need to throw these errors, and then after need to check against the result and more than 0 else down here. Here not get any documents, that's why no documents here, like this message here gets here 0 records box like this needs. And now need to check against inside the needs here some loopings, so need to set this here. First of all, need to define here the payload data. data equal to blank array and here and manually handle this result dot watch. And now need to pass here the index as well as the value. Needs here the service detail. Next, here like this get here data. First of all, need to pass this payloads data inside push this data detail. Then after need to define here the variables is last by default that here terminate this execution and to service details equal to results slice -1 like this. That's here the is service is last as a true. That's here. Now need to define here where documents ID is equal to give this here the blank. Now there are another service personal document. Blank. Then we do that here the documents ID is equal to need to give this here the service details dot documents ID personal documents ID. It is sets here this results. Also need to check here the same as car. This here. You select here the car doc. Options. Document ID blank parts is here. No any issue in it like this direct, otherwise need to concat this records. So like this needs here are documents. Now we need to print this here the debug log for the testing purpose. Past here the here log need to print this doc ID. Also need to print here the detail. This is the write down only the debugging purpose. We need to set this value here. Need to identify the which value gets here or not gets like this. Need to set this here. Use this here. Now we need to create here the another query. We need to write down here the where SQL here and the query. First of all need here the document master tables here. tables out here. Database documents down here the select with copy this here, but need to paste this here, this query here. Now need to give this here the doc names, as I need to pass here document types, as that here the ID, doc ID. This needs here status is equal to 1 and ID in this sets and to share the doc ID. These documents are the needs for the listings, and to write down like query, terminate this query, but we need to here the another query results. That's why I need to concat here the another query. Need to multiple query by here because one API one time calling to get here the value. That's why to use this here. Suppose now we need to here the user car informations. That's why I need to calls here the user car details tables. Need here first of all need to go inside the cars, go inside the car list. To need this query. Okay, here's this query. Remove this here. Use codes we need to remove here. First of all, need to here the car documents, car user car ID. Then after needs here the service names. After need to here the model names, brand names, car numbers, car image, and on its other things. Cars related to bind with these years, and to write down here concat where conditions C ID C to and ID. Mark. Like this query, you need to create here, set this here. Now need to write down db dot query and to pass this query. Maybe dot debug print square debug times maybe. That's why I need to not use it directly. Like this here, SQL pass here the some required parameters. Request dot user ID, not request. Here the user object dot user ID. Then after we need to here the request dot user car ID, you need to pass this here, and to set this here errors, and to get here the document list array document. Get this here. Now need to not throw here errors only, print these errors, or need to, this is the wall of inside, that's one to not throw any response, only raise here the errors, not like this right here the response, need to only throw these here errors, otherwise not working your API, because need to multiple times send the response for the user, but not possible. Need to server gives only the one request to return one response, that's why false here only errors. Now we need to set here the if document result dot length more than 0, and this sets here the conditions. We no need these conditions. Depends here the service details. Details dot car list creates here the array of the car list array. Push this array. Now we need to check on the documents. Text of 0. Second, this query results need to use here as a 1. If you use this data, need to set here the 0, get this data like this set, and to write down here the for each loop. Needs here, and I need to set here the functions car detail gets here. Now where is car log, set this flag here. Now if checks here car details dot document list of slicing slice -1 means this line 2 meaning of the last objects need to identify this is the last object, and need to give this here the car last, give this here true like this sets here, and now need to push this service details, copy these functions and delete. Results are detail sets here, and now need to get here the all uploaded documents need to get here to write down here one query. There. Document like this query defines here, need to first of all the open here and to write down here the query. First of all, need to link with the documents link tables need close these all cables and to one by one opens required tables. Go inside the documents need here the link query and to give this here the alias names WZDL like this. Give here the alias to pass this ID and after on a document on side give this here the user car ID on initials and to document status. Also need here the link date like this needs here's join here's write down here the inner joins zone wise documents needs here opens here these tables and to opens here the zone wise document list need to get here query needs zone documents as well to give this here the alias name as a ZWD and write down here ZWD dot give this here the zone documents ID equal to ZWDL on documents ID like this needs here and another inner joins need to write down here tables to needs here the documents driver documents ID tables go here driver documents ID go SQL query need these tables names to put this here as well to this here the DD short names need to this here and write down here on methods DD dots need to configure here the doc ID is equal to driver documents ID is good W dot ID like this past years and dot status not equal 1 and 2 at this years and here. Now we need to connect with here the documents master tables need to the document tables as you need to pass this here the D only you need to pass here and to here on methods need to write down here the DL equal to document ID to this here the link with this ID at this needs here write down here the where conditions D dot driver id, pass this here. Tables, user id, not driver. And other conditions, dots needs here the car id here, and conditions dot sound while here. Also need this here the zwl dot log status not equal like this query first, and also need to find this here. Now pass here the d dot documents id and to set this here image if null get the documents image dd documents to inside get this here copy dd this image dot image like this, get the alias. Now dot query dates person see query dates get this needs here status, so needs here document type dot document type the types and document like this past here this value, and this query are the ready for the executions. You need this as well as you need like this set series db dot query. I need to execute this here query to pass this query here, and I also need to pass this here. First of all, need to pass here the object dot user id Then after needs here past here the car detail. Service details dot on documents ID. At this past here this value. Now need to get here the result for these documents. If you get any errors, you need to throw only the errors, not return the response. That's why to like this logic. Yes, this here. Now need to depend here the car details dot document list. Give this here blank and to write down here for each loop for loop. X I is equal to 0 is here the to pass need to here the document result to give here the length I plus plus. Write down here the as to set I replace. Now another for loops need to write down here. Set this here the value of the j. Pass this here our documents and j plus plus like this value need to pass here into here. Plus like this at here. Now need to check here the if conditions. Document list so need to check doc id equal to car docs j document id. Get this like and to that here car details documents document here car doc. That's object here. That's into here. Options Set years. If not set years, list this year's value and to variables equal to now need to set here equal to -1. Then after you need to set here document status. First link date. Blank document. Blank like this set years and records. Here this need to years and need to fit these conditions. Here service list and response. Here go status once and to that here purchase available. Return this. This API are the developing does. This is the big API. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. So please write down in the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.